on the Solar Sports Desk.
What do you love about a lot of these?
We bring you the highlights of the 2013 NBA All-Star Weekend. A new import and a whole lot of aces in the PBA Weekend Wrap. Prayers for Pistorius as the investigation continues. And Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield shock the world. I'm Cheska Litton, and this is the Solar Sports Desk. In a game that featured the brightest stars in the basketball universe, Kevin Durant and Blake Griffin shone the brightest. Durant and Griffin provided a lethal combination of outside shooting and inside dominance to lift the Western Conference to a 143-138 victory over the Eastern Conference in the NBA All-Star Game. Durant scored 30 points and Griffin added 19 on 9 of 11 shooting from the floor. Chris Paul won the Most Valuable Player award by scoring 20 points and adding 15 assists for the West, who have won the All-Star Game for the third straight year. Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks paced the East with 26 points, followed by Miami Heat teammates Dwayne Wade's 21 and LeBron James' 19. Los Angeles Clippers guard Chris Paul was named the Most Valuable Player of the game. Paul scored 20 points and dished out 15 assists to lead the West. This is Paul's 5th All-Star Game appearance in his 7 years in the league. Paul joined Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas as the only All-Star Game players to produce at least 20 points and 15 assists in one game. On All-Star Saturday, Toronto guard Terrence Ross claimed the slam dunk title, beating out favorites Kenneth Faried, James White, and Gerald Green. Ross, who mesmerized the Houston audience with his final dunk, went up against Utah's Jeremy Evans, another dark horse. In the end, however, it was Ross who was head and shoulders above the rest. Watch this.
It's the main event on All-Star Saturday night, the Sprite Slam Dunk Contest, and we got a packed house with former dunk champions Kobe Bryant, Dr. J, Blake Griffin, and Gerald Green, who's participating in this year's dunk contest and doing that. Watch his head up by the rim. That's what Gerald Green is famous for. He gets the reverse jam, and you want to see some hops. Terrence Ross simply can't fly. The kid that plays for the Raptors has got hops for days. Kenneth Faried, this dunk more difficult than you think. Off the backboard, between the legs, throws it down. Eric Bledsoe, the little guy with his head up by the rim, he plays for Lob City, so nobody's surprised by that. Jeremy Evans, this to advance in the West side in the team round. So it's Jeremy Evans out of the West, out of the East, Terrence Ross. This is Jeremy Evans' first dunk, and yeah, what's behind that drape? Well, he's unveiling that he can predict the future. Jeremy Evans signs what just happened, so yeah, that's creative. From Jeremy Evans in the final round, how would Terrence Ross answer? Well, he dons Vince Carter's jersey. It does a dunk that Vince would be proud of. KG likes what he sees. Terrence Ross just crushes this one off the side of the backboard, throwing it down. So how does Jeremy Evans respond? Well, he responds well. The alley-oop, just look at the hang time right there. Jeremy Evans cuffs it and throws it down. So Terrence Ross would have to come up with something big to get this thing done. And what does he do? Well, yeah, between the legs and jumps a little guy. Terrence Ross. Drake's impressed. He's from Toronto. KD's impressed. Who would win? Well, the fans got to vote on NBA.com. They saw that dunk, and they liked what they saw because, in the end, Terrence Ross is your Sprite Slam Dunk champion.
In the three-point shootout, Cleveland's Kyrie Irving shot the lights out at the Toyota Center to beat San Antonio's Matt Bonner in the final round. Irving hit 20 of 25 shots to claim the title King of Long Distance.
The penultimate event on All-Star Saturday night. It's the Foot Locker three-point contest. The best shooters in the NBA mixing it up. Steph Curry, if you saw his 27-point round in practice, you were impressed, but he goes for just 17 points out of the West. Ryan Anderson, you see him posting a huge number here. Ryan Anderson just a bit better, though. He stumbled home, but he got 18, and then Matt Bonner beats both of them with 19. So Matt Bonner advancing out of the West. Out of the East, Kyrie Irving putting up a number early, something to shoot at. He goes for 18 points in the team round. He's followed by Paul George, who simply put just struggled. He's a better player than this. He just had an off night. He goes for 10 points. And then finally, Steve Novak, a favorite among many, 1 point short of Kyrie Irving. He gets just 17, so the final is Kyrie Irving against Matt Bonner. And in the final, Kyrie Irving went absolutely nuts. Kyrie Irving making shot after shot after shot. He finishes his championship round with 23 points, so he puts a big number up there for Matt Bonner to shoot at. 23, the highest of the night among all of these stars. Now, Matt Bonner started off slowly in the final round, but he did heat up in a big way. However, Kyrie Irving with his huge championship round, just a bit too much for Matt Bonner, who finished with 20. Matt Bonner went 19 and 20, but it wasn't enough. Kyrie Irving is the champ.
All-Star Saturday also featured the skills contest where point guards navigate their way through an obstacle course of accuracy and speed. And on this night, a rookie outshined all competitors.
Event number 2 on All-Star Saturday night is the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. This, a point guard competition. Jeff Teague, Brandon Knight, Drew Holiday, the All-Star. Jeremy Lin from the hometown Houston Rockets, Damian Lillard, potential Rookie of the Year, another All-Star, Tony Parker, but Drew Holiday getting us going in the team round. Remember, it's an East versus West competition on this All-Star Saturday. D-Wade and Chris Paul representing each side. Damian Lillard from the West doing well. Drew Holiday coming out of the East bracket. You see Lillard going through the drills. He's got the bounce pass. He's got the chest pass. This, the final round, Drew Holiday with a time of 23.5 now. His first round time in the team round was 29.3, so going just a bit slower in the final round, and Drew Holiday goes in with the jam and posts a 35.6. So that's the time that Damian Lillard has to beat, and Lillard weaving through the Jerry West logos and goes to the chest pass, misses the first one. You see again the time he has to beat. 35.6 seconds, quickly through the bounce pass. You know the kid can shoot, so he buries the top of the key shot. Then on to a second pass, misses the first one. The second one goes down, so he looks good. He's got 10 seconds to get to the other end of the court, and he does it with the greatest of ease.
Hey, it's going down, make some noise. The West representatives. And you did it for Poppy, man. How's that feel?
It felt good. I mean, I told him I get him scholarship money, so I'm glad I can do it for him.
How's it feel, young man?
It feels great. It feels real great. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Damian Lillard, your Taco Bell Skills Challenge champion.
The NBA also featured the Rising Stars game, a showcase of the best rookies and sophomores. The sidelight was that the teams were handpicked by former NBA greats Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley. Team Chuck won going away as Team Shaq could not keep up, but in the end it was less about the score than about the highlights.
Second event on All-Star Friday night, the BBVA Rising Stars Challenge. Team Shaq against, well, yeah, Chris Webber representing that giant head there. Team Chuck, and early on, Kenneth Fareed getting the jam from Ricky Rubio. Rubio had 10 assists in the game. Team Chuck doing well. Tristan Thompson driving past Kyrie Irving for the jam. Thompson a double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds. And a little bit of Isaiah Thomas, a quick three there. And then Isaiah Thomas with the hustle steals Tyler Zeller's pass and tosses in three more. That's 6 points in 5 seconds for Isaiah Thomas. Kemba Walker comes up with a steal, and Kemba Walker's got an idea. give it to Dion Waiters, the rookie out of Cuse, throwing that one down. He was 11 of 12 from the field. Yeah, guys, had high shooting percentages in this game. Alexei Shved, how about that? A reverse alley-oop for Alexei Shved, who had a dozen points. The star of this game was that man. Kenneth Fareed, the manimal, 18 of 22 from the field. Ricky Rubio to Bradley Beal for the Jam, 90 to 66. Chucksters in the lead. Second half, Ricky Rubio to Kenneth Fareed, and he just sort of niftily places that one in off the Ricky Rubio dish. 40 points, 10 rebounds for Fareed, and more from Ricky Rubio, just table setting. This time it's Anthony Davis getting the jam. He had 11 points on the game. The one-on-one move of the night, Kyrie Irving against Brandon Knight, and Brandon Knight on ice goes skating down to the floor. Kyrie Irving buries the shot. He was 14 of 20 from the field. He had 32. Watch it one more time. Yeah, Knight just gets his feet crossed up a little bit here, and there's no hope against Uncle Drew when your feet are crossed up and you're falling to the ground. Kyrie Irving calmly, coolly, casually tickles the net right there. Kyrie Irving, a beautiful night. And then we finish off with a miss from Alexei Shved and a make from dunk participant. Yeah, a little preview from Kenneth Fareed, the MVP of the BBVA Rising Stars Challenge. Team Chuck takes down Team Shaq, 163 to 135.
Basketball TV also held a viewing party for fans at Bugsy's at the Fort. Basketball fans around the metro came out to catch the NBA mid-season festivities and were treated to a free breakfast from Bugsy's and an issue of Slam magazine. Slam also gave out Titan gift certificates, and Adidas Philippines raffled off 2 pairs of the D-Rose 3.5 All-Star Edition to several lucky viewers. To read more about what happened during the All-Star weekend and for more photos from the viewing party, visit solarsportsdesk.ph. And as the mid-season classic comes to a close, here are the top 10 plays from the top players in the basketball world.
They got some fabulous pieces back, and Tayshaun Benson there. Is that a crossover? Yes, it was. By Joakim Noah?
Boy, he handled the ball so well. For a 7-footer, Parker had it slapped away, then able to recover.
Unofficial host.
Oh! Wow. Russell Westbrook with the high flip on a reverse.
And Reggie, you said it earlier. I'd like to see him play off the ball a little bit more. He's so... Yeah, yes. Saw a stat coming into the game the other night. It's Irving gets right to the rim. Wow, what a move by Kyrie Irving. But look, James Harden, he has the most fast break.
Paul with a beautiful pass.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I know Chris Paul is not even looking to score, but his passes have been on point tonight.
9 assists.
Up by 8 with just under 3 to go in the fourth. Oh, the block by Bryant. LeBron. And Durant takes over.
And how about the look from Kobe Bryant on LeBron James? I guarantee you the comments by Michael Jordan are fueling this little tick for tack back from LeBron James and Kobe.
All right, moving over to the PBA, another weekend, has passed, and there was definitely no shortage of action. Another import is set to say goodbye as Barangay Ginebra's Herbert Hill is being replaced by former Detroit Piston Vernon Macklin. Macklin was drafted 52nd overall by the Detroit Pistons in 2011 and last played for the Rio Grande Vipers in the NBA D-League. In FIBA news, Coach Chot Reyes announced earlier on Twitter that Alaska center Sonny has been cleared to play. Earlier, Thoss said he had no clue if he would be allowed by his team to join the Gilas practices once a week. Thoss expressed his desire to play for the national team in front of the home crowd and that it was an honor to be included in the 17-man lineup. Meanwhile, Thoss's teammate Cyrus Baguio earned Player of the Week honors, averaging 13.5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 2.5 steals, and 1 block. An unfortunate incident involving Alaska Aces rookie Calvin Abueva led to the confinement of referee Edward Aquino, who is now under observation for early stages of a slipped disc. Abueva accidentally slammed into the official in the last few minutes of the game, causing him to fall onto the baseline barriers. Aquino continued to officiate despite the pain and was brought in for a checkup after the game. Questions arose on whether the act was intentional or not, but both camps sent in their statements. Alaska Aces Sports and Public Relations Manager CK Canapi sent a text message saying they were unaware of referee Aquino's condition and that Abueva's actions were unintentional. Head coach Luigi Trillo expressed his sympathies and that his player had sent a text message apologizing. Aquino's camp, however, claims that they have not received any messages from Abueva. For our Twitter topic of the night, we ask you, will Denzel Bowles lead SMC to another Commissioner's Cup title? Send us your reactions via Twitter at Checklit and at Solar Sports Desk, and we'll try to read all your reactions on the program. When we come back, we have news from the PGA, the WTA, and the Blade Runner. Don't go away. This is the Solar Sports Desk. Local favorite John Merrick won his first PGA Tour title by beating fellow American Charlie Belgian in a sudden death playoff for the Northern Trust Open at Riviera Country Club on Sunday. Merrick sealed victory with a rock-solid par at the second extra hole after laying up off the tee with an iron and hitting his approach to 18 feet. Both had finished the 72 regulation holes on 11 under par 273, Merrick closing with a 2 under 69 and Belgian sinking an 18-foot birdie putt at the last for a joint best of the day 67. Swede Fredrik Jacobsen finished one stroke shy of joining the playoff after agonizingly missing a 5-foot putt to bogey the par 4 18th. Victoria Azarenka outclassed Serena Williams 7-6, 2-6, 6-3 to win the Qatar Open on Sunday. The Belarusian leapt to a 3-love lead and never relinquished the lead, polishing off Williams with an unreturnable serve in just under 2.5 hours. Williams saved a couple of match points, but it was the best she could muster this time. Azarenka celebrated winning her second successive Qatar title by holding both arms aloft and wagging her index fingers towards the night sky of Doha. Williams is set to replace Azarenka on top of the WTA rankings when the new list is released on Monday.
I just take it as a big honor, to be a part of that rivalry, and I'm sure we're going to have many more matches, and it's exciting for me. It's always a big challenge. It's always an opportunity to be better, always an opportunity to challenge yourself. So I'm glad that we have so many competitive players right now, and Serena being one of the best. So I'm really excited and really privileged to play in this era.
On the men's side, Rafael Nadal continued his successful return from injury on Sunday, beating the Argentine David Nalbandian 6-2, 6-3 in the final of the Brazil Open. It only took 2 sets for Nadal to see off the Argentine and win his first trophy since returning from an 8-month layoff due to a troublesome knee. In the post-match news conference, the 11-time Grand Slam champion remained cautious when questions of his knee arose. Nadal will next play at the Mexican Open starting on February 25. Embattled Oscar Pistorius has received overwhelming support from his fans, according to his agent. Pistorius remained in custody in a South African police station charged with the shooting murder of his model girlfriend. Pistorius was charged on Friday with murdering Steenkamp in the early hours of the previous day, although his family have denied the charge. Initial reports said Pistorius may have mistaken Steenkamp for an intruder.
I can tell you that we have had overwhelming support for Oscar from a lot of fans on a global scale, really on a global scale. South African fans, international fans from literally all over the world.
A church in Pretoria held a special prayer service on Sunday for Pistorius, who is being held in police custody after he was charged with murdering his model girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp. Several South African media reports have said Steenkamp was shot through the bathroom door and was hit 4 times in the head, hip, arm, and hand. Police said on Thursday witnesses had heard disturbances at the home before the shots, adding that there had been previous incidents of a domestic nature at the home. Conrad Boysen, presiding pastor of the Elim Full Gospel Church, said they hoped God would comfort both families. Pistorius will appear in court next Tuesday and Wednesday for a formal bail hearing.
I cannot imagine the heartache and the pain that both sets of families must be feeling and suffering at this point in time. And so our prayers go out to everyone. Our support goes out to everyone. We stand in faith that God's will be done in this circumstance. We stand in faith that both sets of families and everyone involved will be comforted in this time of heartache and pain.
With Oscar being in prison and the whole case going on, I think it's important for the church to show the love of God in the whole situation.
You can't judge him because none of us know exactly what happened. So it's not our place to pass around gossip and to talk about things when we're not sure about what happened. All we can do is support the family and just pray for them, everyone who's involved.
In the FA Cup, Frank Lampard scored his 199th goal for Chelsea as they rolled past Brentford 4-0. Second-half goals from Juan Mata, Oscar Lampard, and John Terry secured Chelsea a 5th-round tie at Middlesbrough on February 27. Chelsea twice had to come from behind to earn a 2-2 draw in their first encounter at Griffin Park and were again sluggish in the first half against their fellow Londoners. Alessandro Hemmerli of Austria avoided a last-minute crash to win the men's snowboard cross race at the Rosa Kuder Extreme Park. Hemerly passed Pierre Vautier of France for the lead shortly before the finish. Vautier lost control on the final jump and took out world champion Alex Pullen of Australia just short of the finish line. The crash gave Alex de Bold of USA second place and his first podium finish, and Marcus Scherer of Austria third. Overall standings. Pullen leads with Marcus Scherer second. In the women's side, Michaela Maioli of Italy took her first win and her first podium place. Earlier, Maioli had narrowly escaped being knocked down by fellow Italian Raffaella Brutto, who jumped high and almost landed on her. The Italian had passed Helene Olafsen of Norway and Nelly Moen Locos of France as they fought for the lead. In boxing, Mike Tyson makes a surprise appearance at an event featuring his former rival, Evander Holyfield. Former heavyweight boxing champion Evander Holyfield said he was shocked when he saw Tyson. Holyfield was at a Jewel Osco supermarket promoting his Real Deal brand of barbecue sauce when Tyson strolled in and greeted Holyfield with a hug. The two seemed to enjoy the moment as they posed together with bottles of Holyfield's sauce for the gathered press and adoring fans.
So you surprised?
Who would have thought you'd see those two standing right by each other again? We will be reading all your reactions when we come back. Keep it here on the Solar Sports Desk. Asked you, will Denzel Bowles lead SMC to another Commissioner's Cup title? And here are some of your reactions. From Cholo, no assurance, especially against the shocking underdogs like Global Port. No more Josh Yu to lob. From Jimmy Tai, it's possible but will be very difficult to repeat since all teams beefed up their lineup this conference. From Mark Bravo, no, that's a wrap. SMC could go deep in the playoffs, but they will not win the title. Nobody will beat Petron. From Carla Jane De Mol, yes, because he's the key factor that SMC needed aside from Yap and Simon, but Alaska will win the championship. Hey, you kind of just went opposite ways there. But anyway, Brian Carlo Warmer, no, with the key departure of Jonas Villanueva and others, I don't think they can win it. It's a different SMC. From Kirby Estefani, nope, Alaska yan. From J Mark, he will be a factor, but some SMC mixers also need the consistent play of its locals, such as James Yap and PJ Simon and Joe Devans. From AJ de Guzman, it remains to be seen and heard. He was coming from an injury. It's a new team now compared to the last time he was here. And from Mailman, no. All right, finally, Anna Olson, a high school student from Colorado, threw in a full court shot. Now, that wouldn't be as special if it weren't for the fact that it included a bounce. Check this out. How many points does that go for? Anyway, before we let you go, we leave you with a quote from a coach who has honed the talents of some of the greatest basketball players of all time. Pat Riley, president of the Miami Heat, said, "Great effort springs naturally from great attitude." And that's it from the Solar Sports Desk. Remember to log on to www.solarsportsdesk.ph for everything in the world of sports. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.